Chopper tries his best to save the children of Punk Hazard in my review of One Piece episode 614. I was really ready to hate this episode the minute it started, but in all fairness, it actually hit it home. This was a really heartbreaking and emotional episode, and you know what I love most about One Piece is even though the character designs are so crazy and outlandish and the world itself is just so nuts, it can manage to have these little dark turns every once in a while that just reminds you that even though everything looks nice and bubbly on the outside, there is a dark layer beneath. But really, this episode was dealing with Mocha trying to keep the candy away from the kids, and that's because the candy is poison, and there's actually a lot of things that have been elaborated on in this episode. We also get to see the full conversation with Chopper and Mocha, and it's just as heartbreaking as the rest of the episode because this is when Mocha finally learns that Caesar Clown has been deceiving her and the kids all of this time. Not only have they been taken away from their parents, but they're not really sick, they're being experimented on, and they're systematically being killed by poison. So eventually Mocha is trapped by all of the kids, and Nami and the group try to help out, and even Chopper tries to, but there's nothing they can do, and then it's up to Mocha to do something really insane. In order to keep the kids from eating the candy, she decides to eat all of it herself. And this scene is absolutely devastating, especially when you see all of the emotion on Chopper's face. And you can just imagine how much this is affecting him, because obviously Chopper's a doctor. He wanted nothing more than to help all of these kids. But you can truly see how upset he is by all of this, and the candy immediately starts to poison Mocha, and she falls on the ground, she starts coughing up blood, and then all the kids finally start to realize, wait a minute, something's not quite right, why is she like that? How come she did that after eating the candy? And before things can get any more heinous, luckily Sanji and all the Marines show up and they're able to subdue all of the kids. But still, the scene is still incredibly intense as Chopper is just freaking out. All he wants to do is to be able to save Mocha, but he also has to save all of the other kids. So it's up to the Marines, who are more than happy to stab these kids with syringes. At the end of the episode, we get to see Luffy finally bust out of that trash bin, and I love the way he looks here with Momonosuke just wrapped around him. It looks really cool. And all of the soldiers start to gang up on him, but then he just uses his haki to knock them all out, and he wants to know where Caesar Clown is. It's go time. The scene where Mocha decides to eat all of the candy is really, really messed up and very shocking, and just shows how far she will go to save all of her friends. Obviously, there's a big theme of the episode of the fact that they've all been stuck in this one place together, and now they're the only people they can really rely on. So, it's a heartbreaking episode. Hopefully, all the kids will be saved. This is One Piece, so they probably will be, and basically this episode was just another reason to get us hyped up for the next confrontation between Caesar Clown and Luffy, because Luffy is pissed. I'm ready to see these two go at it again. So all in all, this was a pretty good episode. Like I said, I was ready to hate it, but I actually ended up enjoying a lot of the parts of it, and I know this is an episode that's not going to appeal to everyone, but if you are a fan of the series, I'd still say recommend checking it out. It's just an entertaining episode nonetheless. So I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10, just a really good episode, but not perfect. How did you feel about this week's episode of One Piece? Did it hit you right here, or did you think it was a stinker? You can let me know with your comments below. And you guys know the drill. Before you leave, make sure and give this video a thumbs up, one of the best ways to support our videos, and make sure and check out both of my videos for the last episode of Attack on Titan, episode 25. It's the very last episode of the season. I did a full reaction video to it. You can see me react to the entire episode, and I also did the review of the episode, so you can check those out up top. Thumbs up and subscribe. So, I will see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.